maybe a little bit tight in that ball game, but then you forget about it already. You be able to learn from it and move on.
Kaya tingnan natin dito kung makabawi sila with a good start. Oh, but that will be last touch by the import Jordan Williams. Si Wami mukhang wala naman siyang problema eh. No? He has already forgotten all about that last game as he started us off with a mid-range jumper.
Plus, the good thing is you have a guy like Alex Cabagnon, who's been in the league for quite some time and will be able to give you a lot of tips to be able to get these games behind you.
I know, Dom, that our all-star selection has been because of voting, but if it was merit, do you think that Wami Chongson should have been one of the players in the all-star game?
For sure. I mean, if you look at his numbers, he's a guy that is, in terms of the numbers that he puts up for his team, should be easily somebody that you should be talking about. But because of the selection process of how we had it, then a lot of it has to play also with the popularity.
Simon Camacho, he is on the floor primarily to defend the Jordan Williams, but he was able to score there off an offensive rebound. 5-2. Good start for Phoenix Super LPG here. Aldrich Ramos, another steal for Camacho. A couple of stops versus the import.
Oh, you like how this guy Camacho is, even when they did it last conference, in the previous conferences, he would start and play against and defend the #1 offensive player of the opposing team, whether it's an import or a local.
Much better presence for Devon Maxwell as compared to his career low scoring performance versus Magnolia. Only had 11 points in that ball game. Tapos 7 field goal attempts lang. Yun yung masakit eh.
Masakit because he struggled with fouls. Yes. Diba? He had 3 fouls already at the half or prior to the half, and then coming into the third quarter, nagdalawang foul siya ulit. So limited minutes also for Maxwell. So mawawala yung aggressiveness. And he's an import that likes to get offensive rebounds, likes to be physical inside.
And he was also dealing with some discomfort with his back. Kaya hindi rin makatalon masyado itong si Dubon. We know how much of his game is based on his athletic ability. So that back will definitely slow him down. Aldrich Ramos scoring on that first free throw. As Terrafirma can't get to another slow start. Diba? Yun yung nangyari against Rain or Shine. Only 3 points from their import as he was largely unengaged in offense for the first 24 minutes.
Well, he's really a prolific scorer. If you want to give him that basketball. So because of the Magnolia defense, you gotta credit. Because of the Rain or Shine defense, you gotta credit that.
Alex Cabagno, 3-point shot rims out. Maxwell picks up the board. Devon pushing here. He's moving a lot better compared to his last game. Tyler Theo attacks. Layup no good. But look at Camacho getting another offensive rebound as he draws a foul for 2.
He's one of those guys that just likes to, be in the party. He goes to the party, starts getting those rebounds, and tries to help his team with his effort.
And that will earn you minutes.
Oh, for
if
sure.
You work hard and the coaches see it.
Kasi hindi ka nagre-reklamo, diba? Whether you get your minutes or not. The attitude, the effort is really something, especially at the professional level. That not everybody, is as coachable as others.
So ngayon, si Muyang, yung hindi naman mag-uumpisa for Phoenix Super LPG. Let's see now if he'll get minutes in this ball game. So syempre si Coach Jamaic, because, this is his first time as a head coach. Tinatansya pa niya yung players, what combinations will work out for him.
Aside from him being the new head coach, nag-iba rin yung lineup nila. Diba? There's some injuries, and then yung import, diba? Paano mo papagayin yung sistema na gusto mo rin gawin?
Oh, chase down block, but there was a foul. Ang sapol sa ulo. Itong si Camacho. Camacho and the import, Devon Maxwell, were able to combine to force another turnover against Jordan Williams. Oh, yun, tinamaan talaga. Well, he got ball up top, but the swing...
I'm surprised he didn't really protect the ball as much as he should have.
Against an import, no?
Yeah. He put it up there, yeah. I mean, maybe he was trying to get there quick and dunk it, but didn't really protect that basketball with his body.
Another struggle of a start for Jordan Williams. Couple of turnovers to start this ball game. 9-3 is our count. 6-point advantage for Phoenix. Andres Cavini, binigay kay Cabagnot. Alex had to get creative there, locating Gabini who had a decent touch from the mid-range.
I should miss those goggles of Gabay.
I'm sure he doesn't. Maxwell looking for options. Binigay niya kay Tyler. They go back to the import. What a shot! Perkins scores with a layup.
Always happens when you have continuous movement coming from the weak side. Keeps the defense on their feet.
Mahaba-haba yung maging pahinga nitong Phoenix Super LPG. Maybe that's the reason why they're playing with a lot of energy. Even on the defensive side, another turnover forced by Camacho. Duvon Maxwell to Tyler Theo. The defense is already there. They swing it around. Hazul open for three. Short. And look at who gets the rebound. Another foul drawn by Phoenix. They're just playing with a lot more poise, a lot more energy in our opening minutes.
Carlo, you'll notice that they're really pressuring that basketball. Yeah, it was Camacho who got that steal, but it all started when Maxwell actually pressured itong si Gabini. Gabini, when he recovered that basketball, he didn't want to dribble too much anymore. Wanted to get rid of it and right into the hands of Camacho.
Free throws number 5 and 6 for Phoenix Super LPG. And most of them were picked up off second chance. Those offensive rebounds.
Just a lot of effort. 6 rebounds already for Phoenix, only 4 for Terrafirma.
If you would ask the coaches, if you do not have the super teams, the favorites, ito talaga yung mga nakalistang laro sa'yo.
Yes.
Because you will have to be as close to perfect as you can against the teams na ka-level mo in terms of the depth of your squad.
And the effort, di ba? Alam mo na yung kalaban mo, ganun din, relying a lot on the effort.
The miss coming from Wamington. Sony was asking for a foul. Referee's not agreeing with forward pass. Binalik kay Tyler Theo. Perkins was hot in their last game. Comes up short on that triple try. Javi with a handoff. He's getting his chances as Javi comes up short on the 3-point attempt.
Carlo, when he first came to Terrafirma, he was knocking down those 3-point shots.
One Maxwell dribbles to a spot. Mid-range jumper is good. Coach John Cardella has seen enough for this time being, with Phoenix Super LPG building a 9-point lead, 14-5. Phoenix scorers all around, 4 of them already getting points here in the opening 5.5 of the matchup. This time on brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. 9-point advantage for the Field Masters.
When Jordan Williams first arrived in the Philippines, ang sabi niya kay head coach John Edel Cardel, "I got you, coach. We're getting some wins." And although 2-game losing streak na ang Terrafirma, masaya pa rin siya na he was already able to lead the team into 2 wins this conference. Para sa kanya, it means that he is doing something well. He is also very giving as a player, and he boosts his teammates' confidence as he tells them, "Go for the shots if you see it open." And as for today's game, nakapaghanda na raw siya at ang kanyang team for the physicality Phoenix may bring. Back to you.
And speaking of physicality, being ready for it, Jordan Williams gets an N1 opportunity. Good play of a timeout. They wanted to get a touch to the import, and he delivers the goods.
Well, you need to, coming off a timeout, especially with an import as talented as Jordan Williams. You want to be able to give him that basketball, set him up, and get you onto the scoring board once again.
If you're Terrafirma, nangihinayang ka because you thought that the win against Meralco would somehow power your entire conference, diba? You were able to score an upset against a perennial championship contender here in the Governor's Cup, and then all of a sudden back-to-back losses as they were slowed down once again.
Well, they did win against Blackwater as well, right? So those are the two wins. Yeah. Lost to Rain or Shine, lost to TNT, lost to San Miguel, and lost to Converge.
Foul drawn by Jordan Williams as our referee will take another look at that last shot attempt for a possible landing spot violation. Did he invade the cylinder? There was contact.
Should be a regular foul because there's a legitimate challenge. And there's no...
So it will be a flagrant foul. Meaning that he got forward, which made landing a bit dangerous for Jordan Williams. 14-8 is the count, pero pwedeng ilapit Jordan Williams ang kanyang kupunan. Jordan Williams finally making some noise here in the first quarter. Again, only had 3 points in the first half. Ng kanilang talo kontra Rain or Shine and Astro Painters. Because the pressure should have been him to start delivering and actually create the separation early against a team with no import.
Yeah, you want your import to be right away. Remember Justin Brown in game number 7? All right, that's the type of effort that you want. That first quarter really set the tone in game number 7.
A new defender on Jordan Williams and Sean Manganti. Almost getting another stop there. Wami Chong-son hangs midair and banks it home.
Well, off that timeout, that's a good run that's being shown. That's an 8-0 run.
Wami getting off to a decent start here in this ball game. Short jumper won't work for Devon Maxwell. Atake si Jordan. Spins. Jumper no good. Perkins grabs the board for Phoenix.
That time, no passing for Terrafirma. They just wanted to be able to attack that basket. Williams not able to score.
Hook pass to Manganti. Sean, bibigay niya muna kay Maxwell. So trying to use his speed. Lost the ball. Regains control and scores inside.
6 points now for Devon Maxwell. Already half of what he had in their previous game.
Dahil nga 7 shot attempts lang itong si Maxwell now. More engaged in offense. Feeling a lot better physically. As Phoenix will get another stop. Tyler Theo made a 3 earlier. Azul has it, pulls the trigger, and he converts from downtown.
That is wide open. Whenever he's on the transition, you need to be able to find a guy like RJ Azul. That's the 3-point shot that he likes.
Back to a 6-point lead for Phoenix Super LPG. 4 minutes 20 left in our first quarter of activity. Maraming salamat sa inyong patuloy na pagsubaybay. Pagsuporta sa PBA. Carlo Pamintuan and Dominic Boy on the call. That is signature Alex Cabagnot offense.
You can notice, Carlo, that Alex Cabagnot a little bit more aggressive here.
Ramdam niya siguro na as the veteran of the squad, kailangan niyang bumuha talaga ng opensa. Manganti, aatake. Layup is a beauty.
Attacking, you look at the players now after that timeout, a little bit more aggressive, trying to get to that basket.
Good pass comes on. Misses. As Devon will now start the attack. Binigay niya kay Azul. Balik kay Devon Maxwell for the jam.
Doesn't look like he's bothered by his back.
All good. Sabi niya. Enough rest. Bounce. long three-point shot. Jordan Williams settling for that tough look.
Not a lot of ball movement for Terrafirma.
Only 2 assists compared to the 5 of Phoenix Super LPG. As we have a foul, which will give us another opportunity to see this. It's give, it's go for Phoenix Super LPG. Slam dunk, a highlight from Devon Maxwell. Now, you would have thought that at least one of the players, Terrafirma, will try to stay in front of the rampaging Devon Maxwell. They could not keep their speed, stay alongside him. As a result, this is back to an 8-point lead, 23-15 in favor of Phoenix Super LPG. Attention NBA fans, mapapanood nyo na ang mga paborito nyong NBA players sa isang epic exhibition event. Maraming kaabang-abang na fun and thrilling games sa event na ito, kaya don't miss the NBA All-Star 2023 from February 19 to 21 on TV5 and One Sports. Always a fan of the NBA. 3 minutes, 10 seconds remaining sa ating first quarter of action in this matchup. Pagitan ng Phoenix Super LPG at Terrafirma. Parehong kupunan. Naghahanap ng panalo as we get our first look at JV Mocon in this ball game. Finally seeing action in the conference for Phoenix Super LPG.
Oh, they're definitely more than happy to have him playing once again because remember after some of the guys left for Phoenix, he has now slid into that position as the number 1, or it could be a cornerstone of the franchise. Remember, Matthew Wright's gone, Sean Anthony's gone as well. So you know he's really that guy that they need to be able to play both ends of the floor.
His versatility was certainly missed, and ability to make plays for his teammates, good rebounder as well. You know, you remember that second PBA semi-bubble where he led Rain or Shine in all statistical categories? That's how good JV was.
You know, when you're healthy, when you pain-free, you can play really good basketball. And the focus, diba? When you're in a bubble or even in that semi-bubble, you're just so focused on playing basketball, keeping healthy.
Let's see how quickly he will get game shape. Dahil yun yung mahirap diba?
Yes,
when it's
timing.
bone spurs, syempre hindi ka naman makakagalaw masyado.
Maybe the best you can do is swim, right? But in game shape, yung timing, yun ang malaking bagay dyan.
So let's see how quickly JV Mocon will be able to readjust. Terrafirma has the Kiwag, cross-court pass. Dangerous one. Allen Mina, umikot. Sends it out. Dakiwag has to take the shot. 3-point attempt is short. Kwame Chongson with the offensive rebound.
Also really good to see Ed Dakiwag back as well. Medyo matagal-tagal na nawala itong si Ed Dakiwag with that ankle injury.
Yeah, that was one of the worst injuries we've seen in the PBA. 7 points in the ball game from Kwame Chongson, picking up from where he left off. Gagante. Itong si R.R. Garcia with a one-hander on the other side.
Alam mo, pag hindi mo kilala maglaro itong si R.R. Garcia, talagang hindi mo akalain na napakagaling and hit you from all different angles.
Devon Maxwell, one step ahead, and he banks it home. Another turnover for Terrafirma. Another set of fast break points for Phoenix.
Carlo, just goes to show you na may experience na itong si Maxwell dito sa PBA. Yes, maybe some imports would probably try and do another power dribble and try to go for that dunk, but He used his body and was able to get the 2 points. Maxwell still complaining to the referees. Chongson able to get that 2 points.
He stopped defending all of a sudden.
Yeah. And just said basically, okay, it's yours.
Maxwell still 10 points in the ball game after only having 11 in the entire match versus Magnolia. Jordan Williams lets it fly from deep. Won't get the bounce.
8 points so far for Jordan Williams. He's missed a number of those long threes.
R. Garcia with a sorry miss. Got to his spot. Just could not find the right angle. Still a 5-point lead for Phoenix Super LPG. Alan Mina using the ball screen. And then he pulls the trigger. Mid-range jumper is money.
You know what I like about that? Aside from it going in, he was patient.
Yeah.
He waited, right, to see. Because he could have pulled the trigger a lot earlier, but he didn't. He waited for the offense a little bit longer. Got a really good shot.
Final couple of possessions here in the first quarter. Nasa penalty po ang Terrafirma. Phoenix Super LPG has one foul to give. JB Mocon somehow lands the pass to Devon Maxwell. I think he wanted an alley-oop, but it turns into 2 points anyway.
Usually you'll see Mocon taking that shot.
Yeah, there's one foul to give for Phoenix Super LPG. Mocon was able to fish for it against JJ Alejandro. Papasok. Their import, Jordan Williams will also take a break for the final 8.3.
Because there is that time in between quarters. Coaches sometimes take advantage of that. More often than not take advantage of that.
Pati si Wami Chongson magpapahinga dito. So, it'll be interesting to see who will try to attack here for Terrafirma. Alan Mina, 6 to work with. Lets it fly. No good on the triple. Rebound picked up by Garcia. And that will be the end of our first quarter of action. Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters welcoming back a healthy Devon Maxwell. He struggled. He groped for form in that matchup against Magnolia, but now he's ready to lead their attack once again. 12 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Already playing a better game than in their entire matchup contra sa hot shots. Can he lead them to a win? That is certainly the hope for Phoenix Super LPG as they're enjoying a 5-point lead, 29-24, heading into the second quarter of action.
Abangan nyo kung sino ang aking mga mapipili para sa Team Scotty
Abangan nyo kung sino ang mga pipiliin ko sa Team Japet
ngayong Lunes.
sa PBA All-Star Draft Show.
Japet, Aguilar, Scotty Thompson, the top 2 vote getters. Alam mo yung exciting dyan? Maghihiwalay yung Barangay Ginebra. Kasi pag may isa lang yung Ginebra na pipili, baka piliin niya yung buong team niya, di ba? But now, we will see different
So
combinations.
ikaw, kanino ka kakampi? Yung isa, kababayan mo.
Oo nga wala na lang. We welcome you to our conference and we thank you once again for
It should be an
your support of
interesting,
PBA. Yep.
interesting all-star festivities.
First time, no?
Oo,
Yeah.
matagal lang. We were supposed to do it in Pasig actually in 2020, pero hindi nga natuloy because of the pandemic. Definitely something that the people from Iloilo are looking forward to. And, yung different format na ibibigay sa mga fans this year. And involving the fans early.
Yung huli natin, 2019 in Calasiao, Pangasinan. sure yung mga taga-Pasig, mga Iloilo, very excited to host our All-Star Weekend. Stop finally completed by Phoenix Super LPG. JV Mocon pushing. JV on the attack. Wild attempt. Draws a foul for 2 free throws.
Well, she was saying itong si JV was only able to practice this week.
Yeah.
So, matagal yan, ha? Di ba? Matagal na wala itong si JV Mocon. Easily, 4, 6 weeks. So, yung timing really is the question. For sure, he's able to, make those jumpers and all. But the timing and the sharpness in the moves.
Marcelo Gomez has a report for us. Hello?
The 1-week break for Phoenix helped the team rest, train, and recover according to head coach Jamaic Aren. Advantage din raw sa kanila. Nakakagaling lang ng Terrafirma sa game noong isang araw. They were able to have high-intensity practices according to Coach Jamaic. And sabi niyang positive pa rin sila dahil they were able to learn and grow, so they just have to get back up. Back to you.
Thank you for that, Ella. And it's quite obvious na focal point ng atake ng Phoenix here because there's no excuses. We are the fresher team. We need to play better, more aggressive defense.
And that's really the challenge, right? We know Coach Jamaic is a guy that really demands a lot of energy from his players. And because of the defense that they play. Lalo itong si Assistant Coach Willie Wilson, ganyan din maglaro yan, eh. Diba? He's a guy that, at the tender age of Willie's maybe 41?
Ayoko
42?
mahula eh.
Pero may six-pack pa rin yan.
Basket coming from Andres Cahilig. Isa rin to dun sa mga na-foul out of the last matchup versus Rainer Shine. And it was unfortunate because he gave them the energy in the end game. The steal, a late steal, layup attempt really made things possible for them. As we just stated his name, he gets a stop. Layup is good for Dakiwa with a foul.
He known as a good finisher. Ed Dakiwa able to get the contact and the basket. Terrafirma, has a lot of guys that are, mid-level guys, I'd like to call them. But, with the opportunity that they have with Terrafirma, it gives them an opportunity to be able to make a name for themselves in the PBA, and that's what you want. Give them that opportunity and let them blossom.
So yung lima sa sahig ni Coach Jamaica rin features his second rounders, Encho Serrano and Tyler Tio with Larry Muyang, JV Mocon, and their import Duvon Maxwell. On the other side, it's JP Calvo, Andreas Cahilig, Eric Camson, and Takiwag, and their import Jordan Williams. Look at this cross match. Jordan Williams dinidepensahan si Encho Serrano. He gets a cross-court pass. Encho goes on the hesitation. Lip is good. He was able to score against the import of Terrafirma.
You talk about a guy that plays with so much energy. That's Encho Serrano. I mean, if you could build a player, number one asset, diba? Encho Serrano energy or Calvin Abueva energy. Ganyan yung mga gusto mo.
Pull-up jumper. Rims out. Camson is there. Napitin nga lang dun sa putback. Tumatakbo na naman ang Phoenix Super LPG. Mocon. Pasa niya. I don't think it was meant for Tyler Tio, but it landed there.
Looks like it was going to Muya.
Import versus import now. Duvon settles for the pull-up. Nothing there.
That offensive set of Phoenix wasn't really going anywhere. Didn't really go anywhere.
No, this one more time. It is our move of the game brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Instant impact from Encho Serrano.
With the hesitation.
Pito ang lamang ng Phoenix Super LPG. Andreas Cahilig from downtown. That's good for 3.
5 points already for Cahilig here in the second quarter. Terrafirma, a team that shoots about 35 attempts from that 3-point area. Needing to make a good amount of them this ball game.
He was 3 of 5 in their last game. Keeping that same confidence, still letting it fly. But he will be called for his second personal foul. Pasok itong si Jason Perkins, possibly replacing Larry Muyang. At this stage of the ball game, only a 4-point lead for the Fuel Masters, 36-32. Maxwell taking care of the first. At ito nga po yung numero nitong si Duvon Maxwell, only 11 points, 5 of 7 from the field. had more turnovers than assists, only had 10 rebounds. Kaya naman hindi sila ganong nakapalag against the Magnolia Chicken Templados Hotshots to absorb that loss.
It's really so interesting how the game has evolved. That teams really relying on that 3-point shot. Before you had 6 made 3-point shots. That's already good, and maybe you'll take 15, 20 max. Now that's doubled. Teams are looking at 12 made 3-point shots and about 30, 35 attempts from that area.
And that was why the game yesterday between San Miguel Beer and Barangay Ginebra had an old school feel to it. Dahil yung SMB was one of 23 from downtown. And they won that ball game.
Yeah, hindi mo akalain sa San Miguel manggagaling yung 1 of 23. Diba? Because of the shooters, the quality of shooters that they have.
Meanwhile, Duvon Maxwell getting an N1 opportunity. Getting that one-hander to drop. Patuloy ang ganda ng kanyang bounce-back performance with 15 already. Points now as he converts on the bonus free throw as well. An 8-point lead for Phoenix Super LPG. So, switching sa ball screen ang depensa ngayon ng Phoenix. They funneled the Kiwag into trouble and force a stop. Duvon pushing. Maxwell off the bank and in.
Moving very differently in today's ball game.
You can see that he is enjoying playing once again. Forcing this time out. Brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. A double-digit advantage for Phoenix Super LPG. 42-32 against the Duke. Mga kababayan, suportahan natin ang Gilas Pilipinas. Philippines versus Lebanon, February 24, live on TV5. Philippines versus Jordan naman, February 27, live on One Sports for the 2013 FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. That will be the sixth and final window of the qualifiers. A good opportunity to see Justin Brownlee and the rest of the squad seeing action against top caliber teams. Lebanon, we know how good they are. We lost to them in their home game. Kaya gustong bumawi ng ating tupunan.
And give them a welcome here. Alam naman natin kung paano kayo winelcome doon.
Oo medyo maingay yung crowd. Pati si Jordan Clarkson, napabilib syempre na napahanga rin dun sa suporta ng Lebanese fans sa kanilang tupunan.
Doon yun di ba yung nakatingin ka sa fans kesa doon sa game?
Hindi, ano na yun? Jordan na yun.
Jordan na yun.
Yeah, Jordan na yun.
Binibideo mo yung mga fans, di ba?
Oo, kasi parang 1/4 yung binigay na upo. Hindi, 1/8 yata yung allowed 10-point lead para sa Phoenix. 7 minutes, 32 seconds remaining. Well played first half for the squad of Coach Jamay Karin. And another tough start for Terrafirma. They'll try to get back into this ball game. They find the mismatch down low. Size advantage for Muya.
That's just patience right there. And makikita mo na na-scout nila yung depensa na binibigay sa kanilang Terrafirma. And that's why they were able to get Muyang one-on-one down there.
Biggest lead of the ball game now. Paiba-iba rin yung dinidependo sa ball screen now they're hard showing. Earlier they were switching. Drake Kahilig misses. Oh, Maxwell with the denial, import versus import. Larry Muyang gets the step and the basket with a foul.
Larry Muyang, back-to-back baskets for him. 4 points here in the second quarter, coming off his best game. Good block by Maxwell.
And when your big man runs, reward him with the ball. Larry Muyang, 4 points in the ball game. Again, going back to your point earlier, if you are not part of the usual rotation, when you're given the minutes,
Oh, yes.
show him what you got.
And that's why you always got to work hard in practice. It doesn't matter if you're getting minutes or not. But keep on pushing, keep on working on your craft. And then once you're given that opportunity, you take it. You're ready.
Another opportunity to score here as Wami Chongson comes up a little strong on that push shot. Tyler Teo on the attack, no good. Muyang with the offensive rebound, could not score on the putback. Counter pass break. Maybe a blocking foul kontra kay Perkins. As we will take another look at it kasi nabitawan na rin ni Halolino yung bola.
Carlos so far has been an 18-8 quarter. Wow. By Phoenix. Not even halfway.
Ito, na-bounce pass na eh. So, humabol ng foul itong si Jason Perkins. Let's see what our referees will call.
Para siyang bumangga sa aparador. Diba?
Ate Joel Duwalan lang yan eh. No?
El aparador.
Our referees ready to make their call. Will it be just an ordinary foul?
Wala na akong sasabihin.
Blocking foul lang.
Blocking. Kasi hinahanap doon kung may advantage foul.
Yep. Pero nasa harap kasi si Perkins eh, di ba? So, it shouldn't call it. Jello Alolino trying to shake off that hit. 18-18. 10-point quarter so far in favor of Phoenix Super LPG. Terrafirma will have to start working on this deficit. Jordan Williams. The attention of the entire defense on him still. He was able to find a way to score.
Getting a little bit frustrated to Jordan Williams.
Coach John Cardell was the first to admit that they, lost their focus in the last matchup against Rainer Shine. Got too affected with the calls. Kaya hindi nila nagawa yung mga gusto nilang gawin on offense.
And Carlo, doon mo papansin na sinabi ko. Na sinabi ko na itong Terrafirma, hindi sila sanay na sila yung larang.
Yeah.
Diba na sila yung favored. So maybe there's a little bit of pressure. When there's a little bit of pressure, you end up, focusing sometimes on the things that you cannot control.
Napareact ako kasi yung buwelo ni Enzo Serrano parang may balang eh. He was fouled.
Nakita naman natin na kung ilang beses na nakaka-dunk yan, in the warm-up and even in other competitions. Enzo Serrano just has the hops to be able to do that.
We now send it over to Miss Ella Gomez. Ella?
Although Enzo Serrano is still full of energy, he is not 100% raw. His shoulder is still in pain for 2 weeks already. Lalo na pag nag-shoot siya, 7 or 8 out of 10 na ang pain level. This has been recurrent since college, kaya pinapalakas raw talaga si Enzo. And this has affected his place and how he moves on the court. Back to you.
Well, it has apparently affected his shooting stroke as well dahil dalawang mintis itong si Serrano from the free throw line. Alex Cabagnot. This is from deep. Serrano with the board.
And that's a tough injury. That shoulder, because there's a lot of movement, whether you're playing defense or you're playing offense. And yun talaga eh. Alam mo, pagdating sa buhay ng player, there's some nagging injuries that you have, and you gotta just keep on, managing it by resting, but at the same time strengthening it.
But his legs completely healthy. Bilis nung tinakbo niya to score on that layup. Check this out one more time. Getting the rebound, going coast to coast. No one could stop Enzo Serrano from extending their lead back up to 15.
2 shots for Wally Johnson.
Wami Chongson hits double digits. 10 points to the ball game as we get a chance to see Kurt Lojera seeing action in this ball game. Former player na Converge Fiber Xers playing for Phoenix Super LPG. Again, Coach Jamike will give you an opportunity. What will you do with a chance? What will you do with the playing time?
And that's why you gotta always be ready. Always work on your game.
Lojera. Bibigay niya muna kay Perkins. They swing it around to Theo. They look at Lojera. Pulls the trigger. 3-point shot is good for Kurt.
First shot that he's taken, he's knocked that down. Kita naman natin na, even prior to him joining the PBA, yung nagagawa ng isang Kurt Lojera.
Played for the Adamson Falcons before transferring to LaSalle in the UAAP competitions. And we have another foul drawn here by Terrafirma. For this one more time. It's an easy pass to that corner. Too much space given by Alex Cabagno. Respecting the ability of Lojera to hit that three.
It was the last conference when he started playing well already, then suffered an injury. Sprained ankle. It was a severe sprain. Kept him out a few games.
He's also sporting a black eye for the longest time after colliding with Motau Tua, so it has not been smooth sailing in his very young PBA career. So defense being employed here by Terrafirma. To Von Maxwell off the double team. Lojera sends it out. Theo. Ganda sana yung ikot ng bola, but they will be whistled for a 3-second violation.
Terrafirma, slowly you can kind of feel that defensively they're making a better effort.
Their slow start really cost them here in the second quarter. Wami Chongson, halos siya na lang yung umaatake dito. Siya na lang ang gumagawa ng paraan to inch closer for the Jeep.
Very difficult to stop Wami Chongson one-on-one. So kailangan talaga may katulong ka maiiwanan ka.
Perkins. Kinagsak yung bola kay Maxwell to Vaughn with a third. Misses. From 15 points already for Wami Chongson here in the first half.
Well, Chongson with 15. He started out with 9 in the first quarter. And another 6 here in the second. Pero itong partner niya, na talagang 1 and 2 ang scoring nila, itong si Jordan Williams, he had 8 in the first quarter but only 2 so far in the second, so a total of 10.
Coach John Cordell, knowing that he needs a lot more coming from his import. Get back into this ball game. 12-point advantage. 52-40, 3.5 left. Tyler Dio to Lojera. Yan. Bumalik na sa soft man-to-man. As Kurt Lojera launches. A nice look there was Devon Maxwell, but he could not complete the play.
Rebounding 26-21. Lamang itong Phoenix.
Wami Chongson gets the switch. Size advantage inside for Aldred Ramos. Could they send him the basketball? Instead, they turn it over. And now a foul kontra kay Tiongson.
Interestingly enough, itong Terrafirma is the team that fouls the most in the league, averages about 30 fouls a ball game.
Mas penalty pa sila, so ang hirap. Sakit ng foul na yun, turnover na nga. Then you give Phoenix Super LPG an opportunity to add to their lead via 2 free throws. 12-point lead for Phoenix. Susubukan dagdagan yan when we come back.
Garcia for Teal.
Shout out sa mga PVL fans out there dahil papalo na ang galing ng Pinay. PVL, the heart of volleyball, every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday on One Sports. Again, we thank you for joining us in this Governor's Cup Elimination Round matchup sa pagitan ng Phoenix Super LPG, Terrafirma, Jeep, Carlo Pamentuan, and Dominic Dom. Ang daming nagme-message sa akin. Humihingi ng ticket sa PVL. Sabi ko, kay Dom po kayo mag-message.
Mali.
Mali.
Mali. Ako lang ang first stop. Okay, ako unang tinatanong. Pero talaga, kung gusto nyo talagang makakuha, kumbaga, yung mananalo kayo at makakakuha talaga kayo, si Magu Marjon. Si Magu ang may access sa lahat. Kahit na paanong kailangan nyo. I-tweet nyo lang si Magu Marjon.
Lagi natin sinasabi, no? Iniimbitahan natin yung mga PBA fans to watch here in the venue. Of course, it's a different experience. But being there in the PBL volleyball games, yung atmosphere,
Iba din, ha? Iba din. The intensity is very different.
Diba? Let's take full advantage of sports being back completely here in the Philippines. Let's support our leads by showing up live. Terrafirma has 2 minutes and 39 seconds to work with here in the first half to try and get back 14 points down.
Carla, very evident. The energy level of Phoenix is different from Terrafirma. First quarter nga, di ba, yung kalamangan na 29-24 and a big initial start, that big run, set the tone.
Kabilang tres yan from the stretch fourth. It was Eric Camson and then Jason Perkins with the answer. Back to a 14-point Phoenix lead.
Carl, big difference para dito sa Phoenix. And there's Devon Maxwell already with 18 points in the ball game.
Camson did not want to pull the trigger. Aldrich bibigay sa loob. Good pass. Oh! Nabitin! Nabitin yung talon itong si Jordan Williams. But he was able to draw a foul.
Reminds me of a commercial.
There was a foul after that. This is a spine tingler. Yun pala, nadulas yung bola. So, yung foul was before the act of shooting. Tapos may isang foul to give back Phoenix. Kaya hindi pa free throws yan. So, joking around with his teammates after almost getting a stop. Minute and 58 remaining. 14 po ang abante ng Fuel Masters.
Mararamdaman mo yung frustration ni Jordan Williams.
Yeah. Oh, another turnover for Terrafirma. Tatakbo na naman ang Phoenix Super LPG. Hazul lets it fly, misses from deep. But he had full confidence in taking that shot. He knew that Maxwell could get the offensive rebound, but they will come up empty. Alolino pushing, enjoying a foul for 2.
You need to push that basketball if you're Terrafirma because the energy that you need to generate with the speed.
They're also ahead in bench points 23-10, ahead in points from turnovers 13-7. So in most aspects of the ball game, they have looked good here in the first half of action.
Majority dyan yung mga efforts, diba? Yung statistics that rely a lot on the effort.
Senator Bongo, Morris Converge, Governor, Tony Chico Salud. From Commissioner's Road, Jello Alumino secures the second free throw as well to cut their deficit down to 12. Free throws. More attempts, but more makes for Terrafirma. That's Garcia. Consistent, no one. Wow, no one was even there.
Well, you like that defense that Terrafirma showed. Able to really confuse the offense that time of Phoenix, forcing them into a turnover.
Fourth turnover of the first half, so Phoenix doing a decent job of keeping their errors to a minimum. Iwag, binigay kay Kabagot sa taas. Good screen provided there by Camson to allow Jordan Williams. Catch that ball as Aldrich Ramos is denied by another Maxwell block. At mauubusan ng oras ang Terrafirma. Tremendous defense coming from the Fieldmasters.
18 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists in 21 minutes of action for Devon Maxwell.
Already a lot better from his entire game's output versus Magnolia. Perkins sends it out to Garcia. Still 11 on the shot clock. RR goes to Lohera. Maxwell, extra pass. Perkins. They're staying patient. Finding the opening. Garcia for 3. That's good.
Gotta love how patient they were, like you said. And in this second quarter, Carlo, Muyang has scored, Lohera has scored, Garcia has scored, Serrano has scored, Perkins has scored, and Maxwell has scored.
And now they get another stop. The turnover is just hurting the cause of Terrafirma. Look at this. One pass, second pass, draws the double team, and then finds the opening.
Waited for the 3 guys to commit to him, and then found his open teammate to knock down that 3.
6 3-point conversion of the first half for Phoenix Super LPG. Blocking foul is called against Eric Campos. But they're in penalty. Kaya dalawang free throws yan for Kurt Lohera. 35.2 seconds remaining for Lohera. Not yet opportunities every game. Now trying to convince Coach Jamai Karen to make him a
Regular
part
part.
of the rotation.
Yep, regular part. He's actually only played 4 games
Yeah,
so far.
lalo na hindi rin naman 100% si Encho Serrano. So that might allow Kurt to carve out some space for himself. This is on the biggest lead of the ball game at 17 points for Phoenix. Di mababawasan. Even Aldrich Ramos missing on the point blank shot. And this will be a 30-second timeout requested by the Fieldmasters.
It's a big 17-point lead staring Terrafirma in the face. And Terrafirma and Little Phoenix, both teams coming off back-to-back losses.
Next 3 games will feature Converge, Rain or Shine, and Barangay Ginebra for Phoenix Super LPG. So this one is crucial to them. You know, itong Terrafirma, crucial. That game against Rain or Shine, crucial. And then you go 50% versus Converge and Ginebra, you might just be able to sneak into the playoffs.
Carlo, if you're a Terrafirma, you're 2 and 4. You have 5 more games. Well, 4, 5 including this one. So 4 after itong larong ito. And you want to be able to maximize the number of points that you can get. Ito namang Phoenix at 1 and 5. So again, also with 5 more games, including this one. So the best that they can get is 6 and 5. Terrafirma, the best they can do is 7 and 4 if they sweep all of their games. But if they split, na sila, di ba? 2 and 3 or 3 and 2, only means you're only gonna get to 3 or 4 wins, which doesn't look good in terms of trying to make it into the next round.
In the last Governor's Cup, Dom, itong Phoenix were able to sneak in the 8th spot. They had 5 wins. So 5 could be enough.
Depende pa dun sa Ocean.
Yeah, other results. 5 seconds to score here. Turnaround jumper, no good. Tipped in is money for Jason Perkins.
It seems like Jason Perkins, ever since he took that little break from that injury, even thinner, quicker, and a lot more active. 8 points para kay Jason Perkins so far.
That was his 6th rebound as well. Again, the big difference, activity and energy in favor of Phoenix Super LPG, and that is the reason why they will be able to bring with them a 19-point advantage, 64-45 heading into our halftime break. answered for RJ Hazul at the buzzer. Mark Baroka is ahead and he is gone.
At chance at Baroka.
Baroka one banks it home.
Off the glass.
Umatake. Nakita si Baroka all alone for the one-hander. Good pass inside. Easy basket for Baroka. Ball screen action. Baroka sees the gap. Banker's money. Baroka with a reverse layup. Oh, look at that. Baroka.
I like that, especially for Mark Baroka. He's popping up there in the glass. And Baroka is there to finish. Baroka, stop one-hander.
Franklin behind the back, down the middle. Franklin puts it up, gets the bounce.
What a way to finish off contact itong si Jamal Franklin, knowing that SMB's already in penalty. He's not gonna waste his opportunity going deep in the paint and converting.
Kulan na, nakailaw, pero nasa kamay sa kamay ko pa. Pero bumawi rin naman ng Ginebra. They tie it up again at 8 apiece. Here's Lee. Over Hester. Oh, wow! The new reverse for Antonio Hester.
So big that he can play inside, like we mentioned.
Pero the next game he plays, kung hindi man niya maabot ngayon most likely makukuha niya.
San Miguel with a punctuation mark, the exclamation point on this beautiful victory for them.
John Del Cardel dito kay Javi. Pwede mo pang i-extend
Oh!
Wow!
And Hudson makes it a 5-point play as he puts back his own miss from the free throw line with a jam.
Has a size advantage against Ilagan. Could not get this one to drop though. Ular picks up the board.
There we go.
Oh, look at this! It goes in!
That's gonna count. Oh, that was a prayer answered for Troy Williams as he hits 40 points on this drive. Look at this.
Abangan nyo kung sino ang aking mga mapipili para sa Team Scotty
Abangan nyo kung sino ang mga pipiliin ko sa Team Japan
ngayong Lunes.
sa PBA All-Star Draft Show.
It is a huge 19-point lead for the Phoenix Super LPG Field Masters, 64-45. Sa kanilang laban kontra Terrafirma Chief Carlo Pamentuan po kasama si Dominic Uy in terms of our import matchup. Duvon Maxwell showing us a big-time bounce-back performance.
Oh, you like how Duvon Maxwell started out this ball game. Really aggressive. 12 points in the first quarter and added another 6 in the second. You look at the rebounds, you look at the assists, and you look at how active he is. That's the big part. Blocking shots, running the floor, and just changing the intensity of the entire team for the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters.
And these halftime stats are brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA.
Big disparity in terms of the field goal percentage, 48-31. But that's even bigger in the second quarter. If you just take the second quarter, it's 52-24. You look at the steals for Phoenix, that's a big disparity once again. Bench points, guys like Kurt Lohera coming to play for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. And then you look at the turnovers. Phoenix only committing 4 turnovers and then forcing Terrafirma to 10 and then scoring 18 points off those turnovers. And that's the story right there.
Leading scorers, Swami Chong Son with 15, Williams with 10. Sa kabilang banda naman, Maxwell's getting support from the likes of Garcia, Perkins, Kurt Lohera scoring from the second unit of Coach Jamai Karin. You know, the temperament of the two imports, it's so different.
Yeah.
You see Duvon Maxo, all business. Itong si Jordan Williams naman, a little bit frustrated throughout this ball game.
Well, he's played 22 minutes. Itong si Jordan Williams, pero minus 16 dun sa efficiency ratio. 10 points, 7 rebounds, and only 1 turnover, pero 2 of 10 from the field. Itong si Jordan Williams.
So the struggles continue for him. Had a strong outing in the second half versus the Rain or Shine Erasto Painters, but only had 3 points in the first half. Ended up losing that ball game kahit na wala nga pong import. Itong Rain or Shine in Terrafirma's last match. Samantala, Phoenix Super LPG suffered a tough loss to Magnolia. Now they're looking for a bounce-back performance here today. We'll start it off with Phoenix Super LPG having possession. They will have RJ Hazul, Tyler Teo, Ed Perkins, Maxwell, and Camacho. This is the Honda PBA Governor's Cup, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. One defender down, and it results to a good look down low for Jason Perkins and one.
And Carlo, right off the bat, you can see once again the intensity of Phoenix, the aggressiveness, playing with a purpose. Phoenix at 1-5 right now in the team standings, and expect them after they take this free throw and make it that they will pressure.
Their lone win was against Northport Batang-Pierre. They led by as many as 28 points in that matchup in the third quarter. They're trying to take steps into that direction once again as their lead has ballooned to 22 points, 67 to 45. Dom, if you're Terrafirma, how do you even start to get back into this ball game?
Well, first you got to match the intensity. That's the biggest. That's the first thing, right? Because if you can't match the intensity, there's no way you can outplay the opposing team. Not unless you start shooting 95% from the field. But even if you do that, the opposing team still will score, so it will take some time. So the intensity, especially defensively, they need to be able to make some stops, bother the shots of Phoenix, and then limit them to basically one shot at a time.
Wami Chongson can spearhead their offense. He flips it up, misses. Tapos walang rebounder, tatlong taga Phoenix. So nandun sa shaded area to claim that rebound. Duvon Maxwell goes behind the back and finishes with a layup.
Notice, Carlo, whenever Maxwell goes to the basket or Perkins or even the guards, there's no real rim protector right now for Terrafirma.
To work with for Terrafirma.
You want your import, you want your vets to be able to lead the way, but look at this move by Maxwell. You can see Terrafirma, they're gambling a little bit, trying to anticipate instead of trying to make the shots difficult.
There's an underlying factor in this situation, in this ball game. Strength of schedule. Terrafirma kakagaling lang sa mahirap na laro against Rain or Shine. Phoenix, 1 week without a ball game. So,
fresh.
Yep. Talaga, diba? The scheduling is tough.
Oh, the energy talaga.
In our second game, Dom, ganun din yung story. The NLEX Road Warriors are just coming off their game. Coming off a loss against Magnolia. Now they'll try to bounce back in our second game for today. Atake si Jordan Williams. Had to kick it out to Aldrich. Cabagno. They swing it around. Wami Chongson umatake sa gitna na ipit as he draws a foul.
Yung lahat naman natin mga kapunan will go through that grind, right? Yung mga back-to-back games. And, you're just gonna hope that you're healthy at that point in time and you're able to prepare for it.
Yongson, still the leading scorer for Terrafirma with 15 in this ball game. Takes care of the first. Sa kabilang banda, nakaka-20 na yung import ng Phoenix Super LPG. Two for two for Wami. Continues his tremendous play. His inspired play, of course, signing a new contract with Terrafirma Jeep.
3 years he's been in ni Wami Chongson. I've been hearing a lot of teams that are interested in him.
Good fake. Maxwell, what a drop pass. As Simon Camacho has been sneakily good in this ball game.
And Carlo, how many times have we seen uncontested layups? So that's what we're saying. Walang nagiging rim protector itong Terrafirma.
Yan, taas na porsyento sa scoring itong Phoenix Super LPG. They are at 50% at this point of the ball game. Comes on, deep reverse layup is good for 2.
See, this is what I mean. You know, after a basket, you're gonna need to try. You're gonna need to try.
Paul Maxwell not appreciating the foul given up by Alex Cabagnot. Pero ngayon, okay na. High five. Pero pag tinamaan ka sa mukha,
Hindi mo magugustuhan yun eh. And si Alex Cabagnot is not naman known to be, you know, to be a dirty player.
But since other players got involved, now referees will be taking another look at it. Gusto kong marinig yung pinag-uusapan nila tatlo eh.
Sigurado English yun. Ayun, hindi na nagustuhan na he felt na papunta dun sa muka niya.
Si Aldrich umarang lang din naman. Nothing untoward.
Eh, pakiramdam kasi ni Maxwell, syempre ikaw yung natamaan. Kung ano man yung kung mahawakan ka ulit or matamaan ka, di ba, right away your defense is up.
Si Simon Camacho sumali pa dun sa high five ni Maxwell tsaka ni Cabagnot. Nainggit eh. Sumausaw. You know, double technical fouls are just a reminder for everyone to calm down.
Oh, tama na.
Yep.
Strike one. Diba? Yun lang ibig sabihin yan eh. Pero alam mo, masakit sa player yan. Bakit? Usually, sa mga teams, may rules yan. Pagka nabigyan ka ng technical in the previous game, the next practice, magpapapizza ka.
Ano talaga? Ba yun? Ano kaya yung rules? Tanungin natin mamaya. Yung Phoenix at saka yung Terrafirma. Almost a steal here. Yup, it will be a completed stop for Eric Camson as he takes the ball away from Devon Maxwell.
They're gonna need some scoring from this guy.
Jordan Williams kicks it out. Cabagnot on the move. Pass in traffic. Camson halted by Maxwell.
Shot clock winding down.
Dito mamasa rin yung huling atake. Another good pass. Camson open from the outside. No good.
Well, Cabagnot trying. You can see. He's trying to scramble. He's trying to pass that basketball to his open teammates. He's trying to get those offensive rebounds. That time being caught for that foul.
Dre Cahilig papasok for Aldrich Ramos. As this is still a 19-point lead for Phoenix Super LPG.
Carlo, remember that start of Phoenix, right? It was 14-5. Then sumagot itong Terrafirma with a 9-0 run or 8-0 run. After that, wala na eh. Diba? That was basically the only run that Terrafirma had na walang sagot itong Phoenix.
After that, the story has been their activity, the speed that they're playing with. Again, fast break points po lamang sila. Second chance points. A little ahead in that situation also. As an offensive foul was just whistled versus Devon Maxwell. Jordan Williams not yet scored here. He will draw a foul. Not shooting just yet. It will be the 13th foul of Phoenix Super LPG. So Alex Cabagnot magpapahinga muna. He did his best, as he said, to create for his teammates 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in the matchup for Cabagnot. JV Mocon, his return to the ball game, replacing Jason Perkins. So Calvo ngayon will be playing alongside Wami Chongson. Jordan Williams forces up the shot, won't get the bounce. Cahilig puts in the effort, mintis din yung kanyang putback.
Remember rim protection? Devon Maxwell doing that right now for Phoenix.
Oh, what a rim run coming from Tyler Dio as they score easily once again Panig na naman ang fast break opportunity for the Fuel Masters.
Kasi nandun sa loob yung Terrafirma. They're getting the rebounds, but not getting clear looks, clear baskets.
So 21-point lead for Phoenix Super LPG. 7-point advantage in terms of fast breaks for Phoenix. As Wami will pull the trigger. Oh God. Another leak out play. Camacho scoring on the layup.
And the bounce just going well for Phoenix that time. Biggest lead so far in the game, 23 for Phoenix.
Turning defense into offense, turning those one and done Terrafirma possessions to pick baskets on the other side.
Let's check that. 24 points has been the biggest lead.
Samson, mintis yung tira mula sa labas. Again, every opportunity they can, sumusubok tumakbo itong Phoenix. Hand off to RJ Hazul. They go to JV Mocon. Balik sa kanya yung bola. They swing it around. RJ with a bigger defender on him. Mocon with a smaller man on him. Turnaround jumper, no.
Well, it's a good time for JV Mocon to try and get his bearings going.
Traveling violation against Jordan Williams. Again, still frustrated with the perceived non-calls. As you take another look at this dish from JB Mocon, Tyler Teo with a finish. And then after that, Hazul passing it forward. Camacho controlling the basketball and scoring on the layup to extend their lead back up to 23 as we have a 30-second timeout. At this stage, still all Phoenix. Here in the period, they were able to score 35 big points, Dom, in the second quarter.
Oh, you gotta love how that second quarter, they really put it in a different gear. You check out the assists, they had 8 as compared to just 7 for Terrafirma. And then they forced Terrafirma into 5 turnovers, then scoring 9 points of those turnovers again. And then the points in the paint for Phoenix, 14-8 in that second quarter, led to a 14-point differential in that second.
Suportahan natin ang Gilas Pilipinas, Philippines versus Lebanon, February 24 live on TV5, and then Gilas Pilipinas kontra Jordan naman, Feb 27 live on One Sports. Ito po ang inyong huling window ng FIBA World Cup Asian Qualifiers. So pagkatapos nito, Dom, makikilala na natin kung sino yung mga kupunan na aabante for the World Cup, which teams will be playing here, of course, in Japan and Indonesia as well.
Kaya,
Team USA dito, di ba? Yun yung announcement.
Kaya, ano yung pangalan ng mascot? Chip. Chip. Di ba? J.
No relation to Terrafirma.
Yes.
JIP. A lot of activities planned by the organizing committee. So, abangan nyo lang po yung mga announcements, of course. Lots of things to settle.
This is going to be memorable.
Yep.
Definitely going to be memorable because basically a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Opportunity.
Of course, hinihintay din yung ating draw as I think Jordan Williams will be able to draw another landing spot foul. And I will want to put Dominic Uy on the spot once again.
Parang may problema yung microphone.
Cannot be reached si Dom. So ito, step forward. Turn this back. There's contact.
Yes.
So, from how they called it earlier, I would say that's also a flagrant foul.
Mm-hmm. May ano na siya, may technical foul siya kanina.
That's true. So that will be it. That will be it. Yep. No, he's out.
Oh. Because he's got a technical foul.
And that's when the double technical foul hurts.
Yes, yes. And you can see the frustration.
Because that foul, the technical foul, was an unsportsmanlike technical foul.
Yes. And lalo na pag ikaw si Devon Maxwell, that's frustrating for you because ikaw yung natamaan sa mukha. Di ba?
Tapos nagbati naman sila agad ni Alex Cabagnot. They were able to settle matters rather quickly. And the referee still saw it fit to call the twin technical fouls.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go to the locker room.
Yep.
20 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists.
Siyempre, yung depensa rin itong si Devon Maxwell.
Oh, he's been that
blocks,
rim protector.
2 steals. So, is this the spark that Terrafirma is looking for?
Same situation to nung kalaban nila yung rain or shine, walang import.
Well put. But now you go up against a team without an import, but holding a 23-point lead, 75-52. Is this something that the Jeep can still overcome? Very quiet third quarter for Jordan Williams. That will be his first point of this period.
Ball stays with the Jeep. 14 seconds on the shot.
The ball will stay with Terrafirma. Jordan Williams wants to get things going pero mintis yung kanyang tres. Oh, di nakatingin si Garcia but he was able to catch that pass.
So very important, Carlo, para dito sa Phoenix is to keep on staying aggressive. Right? Soyud now, he has the responsibility to be the rim protector. And he probably won't be able to do it alone. He's going to need some help.
Sean Manganti scoring on that end one after drawing the bump foul from Calvo. As they want to get their biggest lead of the ball game. Currently at 24, now at 25.
Well, if you're Terrafirma, this is a good opportunity right now. But you gotta be disciplined. You gotta run your plays. You gotta move that ball. Nakita natin kanina, hindi ganun ganda yung ikot ng bola nitong Terrafirma.
Sabi mo nga doon, no? Wala yung defender sa ilalim ng Phoenix, so you have to attack it.
Yep.
Things just not falling into the hands of Terrafirma in this ball game. It'll be a jump ball after that wedgie. After this timeout, brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. 78-53 lamang pa rin po ang Phoenix Super LPG.
During the halftime huddle, Coach Cardell emphasized the lack of energy, so the team needs more of that the second half para naman mailapit ang score ng Terrafirma. Over on the side of Phoenix, Coach Jamaic said that they are generally playing well. Everyone is getting their minutes. Ang nire-remind niya lang sa team, wag maging selfish dahil maganda naman ang rotation nila. Back to you.
Thank you for that report, Ms. Ella Gomez. Again, the energy, yun yung pinaka-nararamdaman natin na kulang sa koponan ng Terrafirma. Again, you have to feel bad about it because they were coming off a game a couple of days ago.
Yep.
Samantalang mahaba-haba yung pahinga ng Phoenix Super LPG.
Or they're gonna have to find somebody with energy, right? A spark.
Albo would try to provide that. But Mina misses with that corner 3-point.
Quarter ito si Allen Mina, maganda yung pinakita niya. So they're hoping that he can spark this lineup of Terrafirma. But it hasn't been good for them. so far.
Si Javi, di na rin natin nakita, no? Has not been given another opportunity to play here in the second half.
Carlo, mabigat ng Terrafirma, shooting 28% from the field.
Wow. That's tough. Raul Soyo, though, comes up short from downtown. Susubukan tumakbo itong Terrafirma, but even that leads to a turnover. 2 more fast break points for Phoenix.
Able to force that turnover against the guards of Terrafirma.
Sariling kayod lang yun, no? Itong si Sean Manganti, new biggest lead of the ball game, 27 points. And now they're helping each other out on defense. Kahit na wala na nga po itong si Devon Maxwell. Good pass to the corner, Alejandro rims out.
But look at the ball movement na pinakita doon ng Phoenix, still finding their open teammate. Oh, and then a turnover. Now you can feel that Terrafirma really in a funk right now.
And every single turnover adds to your frustration
Yes.
as a team. No?
Makikita mo the head goes down, the shoulders. They need some sort of spark. They need some sort of positivity.
Phoenix looking for their second win of the conference to inject some life into their hopes of making it to the playoffs. As JV Mocon gets the friendly bounce on the triple. This is now a 30-point lead, 83-53.
And they're doing it without their import. Yun yung, di ba, sinet na to ni Devon Maxwell.
Kahit aalis siya, kahit na he's disqualified from this ball game, may puhunan na naiwan sa kanyang koponan as they lead now by 28 points. Foul drawn by Mocon. Before the act of shooting?
He got ejected in about the 6-minute mark of the third quarter. So for at least 18 minutes, maglalaro itong Phoenix without an import.
And JV Mocon playing his first game of the Governor's Cup. Certainly a great addition to the squad. Finally healthy, finally able to see action. Garcia posting up, step through, good off the bank.
And then you have the smallest guy on the floor posting up and scoring off that post.
Lahat may kumpiyansa ngayon para sa Fuel Masters. Sa kabilang banda naman, a one-man show for Wami Cholson as he has 21 points now in the third quarter.
Siya lang diba? Kahit yung kanilang import. Really struggling from the field, only 11 points, 8 in the first quarter.
0 field goals in the third quarter. Points in the paint dominated by Phoenix. Lalata. Step through. Ginaya yung galaw nito si R. Garcia.
And notice, Carlo, we've been sinasabi natin kanina, di ba, walang rim protector itong Terrafirma. Halos lahat ng pagpasok sa loob nitong Phoenix, libre.
Yeah.
Di ba, one little move, and they get a clear path towards that basket.
And that's the reason why they're shooting so well from the field. Firing on all cylinders. Yung kanilang offense, 51% so far for that move. And then, you supersize it into this one for Lalata.
Needing more effort defensively. Itong Terrafirma. But maybe, feeling a little bit of fatigue from their previous game.
Ayun, pati free throws. No? Ayaw na mahulog for Williams. Finally gets one to drop there. Again, 2 of 12, Dom, from the field is Jordan Williams.
Napakabigat nun eh. Diba, you're relying a lot on your import.
I mean, this is the player who scored the conference high among all players here in this Governor's Cup. Had 57 points in their win against Blackwater.
Played 46 minutes and 15 seconds in their previous game, which is only 2 days ago. So, kaya nga na sinabi natin, could be feeling a little bit tired.
So free throws will be coming up for R. Garcia when we come back from this timeout.
First day, 3 p.m. or 4:05 p.m. Versus Belgrade. Second day, 5:45 p.m. Versus Magnolia Police of Hot Shots. Awareness, February 23, Phil Sports Arena. First game for 30 p.m. at Halls versus MS Road Warriors. Second game, 6:45 p.m. from Birch Migrations versus Blackwater Hosting.
Abangan nyo kung sino ang aking mga mapipili para sa Team Scotty
Abangan nyo kung sino ang mga pipiliin ko sa Team Japet
ngayong Lunes.
sa PBA All-Star Draft Show.
Jason Perkins resting on the bench, being one of the cheerleaders as of the moment dahil yung kanilang opensa, everyone is getting touches, everyone getting opportunities for the Field Masters.
And they've been very physical. Diba? Andyan yung energy at the same time, yung physicality nitong Phoenix. And we know that this team likes to let the defense or their intensity lead the way dun sa kanilang offensiva. And that's what they've done so far this game.
Sobra yung pangalawang free throw mula kay R.R. Garcia. So it's an even 30-point lead. But again, just the general flow, nakikita mo na medyo mabigat yung legs ng Terrafirma eh. Alex Cabagnot will not stop trying as he converts on that short jumper. Mahaba-haba yung kailangan nilang habulin dito. That's why that loss to Rain or Shine was huge.
Yes.
Not just because you were going up against a team that did not have an import, but it was the first game of back-to-back.
Yes.
Diba? Kahit hindi magkasunod na araw, yun na yung pinakamalapit sa back-to-back here in the PBA.
Just look at how much quicker Phoenix is. And you can see Terrafirma, energy levels not the same as the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
And now with the import hitting a brick wall in terms of his offense, saan pa pwedeng humanap? Saan pa pwedeng humugot ng puntos itong Terrafirma Jeep? Johnson has been doing his best. Nandyan pa rin siya with his usual numbers.
Okay, nakita natin itong si Ed Nakiwag, diba? Aggressive, trying to get to that basket. Now Gomez de Leano, they're hoping that he can bring in some fire. Not necessarily scoring, right? It's the hustle plays, diving for loose balls, getting rebounds. Just at least matching the intensity of Phoenix.
Dalawa lang kasi yung double-digit scorers for Terrafirma. Johnson and their import after that. Cabagnot has 7, Kahilig has 5, Johnson has 2. Yun pa lang yung pumuntos para sa kanila. That will certainly help as Aldred Ramos converts on the layup.
Pansin natin itong third quarter, a lot longer than the other quarters. Both teams in the penalty, a lot of stoppages, timeouts, and yun nga, na-eject pa yung import na si Buffon Maxwell.
As of the moment, di pa naman masyadong namimiss yung kanyang presence. Sean Manganti converts from downtown.
Manganti has 6 points, or 8 points rather, in this third quarter.
Wow. 10 points in total. Another player to hit double digits for Phoenix. Cabagnot with a veteran move inside. Sinusulit yung kanyang experience over JJ Alejandro.
Well, like I mentioned, itong Terrafirma is the team that fouls the most in the league, averages about 30 fouls a ball game. If they want to be able to get back into this game, they're going to have to lessen that.
Less than a minute remaining here in the third quarter. Cabagnot. Iiwanan sa ilalim kay Camson. Eric, move down low, no good on the shot. Mocon will go on the attack. JB Mocon did not finish, but will take 2. Pangapat na foul ni Aldred Ramos. Again, but who can inject life into this campaign? Diba yun yung tanong? Can your import take over the offense and just load?
Well, he's the number one candidate, right? Siya yung number one candidate na dapat makakapagawa niya. But you can see a little bit winded itong si Jordan Williams.
Tapos yung mas nakakapagod is, ikaw nga, medyo coming off that game against Rain or Shine, and then Coach Jamaica rin is sending in fresh players on the court to play with speed, to play with energy. Hirap humabol eh.
And then you look at the scoreboard and you're down 30.
Here we go with Eric Camson trying from the outside. He has been consistent all conference long with the shooting.
Well, he's a guy that averages good minutes para dito kay Coach John Cardell, and he's been able to deliver. Number 3 leading scorer para dito sa Terrafirma.
94-67. Lohera, blocked by Javi. Forward pass, Eric Camson converts on a rare fast break attack.
You're going to need a lot more of that, making one stop and then scoring on the other side.
So at least a good ending to the third quarter for Terrafirma. But even without the help of their import, who has already been disqualified from this ballgame, the Phoenix Super LPG Masters will be bringing a 25-point lead, 94-69 into the fourth and final quarter matchup. Fourth and final quarter of action in this matchup sa pagitan ng Phoenix at Terrafirma. Devon Maxwell not liking how he was hit on the face. Drew a double technical alongside Alex Cabagno. Tapos minalas din, napituhan ng flagrant foul penalty 1.
At nangyari yung dalawang yan in the third quarter.
Yep. Landing spot rule itong si Devon Maxwell. And we all know that when you have a technical, get called for a flagrant, you're disqualified from the ball game. But so far, his local teammates have been holding the fort down. Still up big versus Terrafirma. That pass will lead to another turnover against Terrafirma. Encho Serrano, they go up top. They're gonna foul on Wami Chongson as JB Mokon tried to rescue that possession.
Oh wow, number 5 also for Wami. He is the leading scorer right now for Terrafirma. 21 points.
Terrafirma will once again be seeing action this coming Wednesday. So at least a bit of a longer break for them. But this should have been their stretch goal because Rain or Shine, diba, nandyan naman sa near you in terms of the standings. Phoenix is behind you.
Yep.
Northport, another team behind you. They should have, I think, picked up as many wins as they could in this stretch.
Maybe 2 of 3.
Things clearly not working out well for Terrafirma. It will take a huge effort for them to be able to get back into this ball game.
Ibang-iba yung energy ng Phoenix. The demeanor of the team.
And you saw it from the jump.
Always love na pag magja-jump ball yung ating mga koponan. The background music that they play.
Cabagnot showing his pride. Doing everything he can to bring his squad back into the ball
Hey,
game.
this is only 24 points. And, hindi ka pwede mag-relax kung ikaw ang Phoenix.
Spin move, one-hander, falls in for Encho Serrano.
It's just so difficult to stop him one-on-one. Give him that much space.
Cabagnot, poste. Good pass. Oh, an even better block, but there was a foul called against Alata. Dom, we talked about the win of Phoenix earlier in the game against Northport, where they led by almost 30 points. But in that game, nakabalik din yung Northport. They actually had a chance in the end game. So Phoenix can actually allow a team to get back, even if they were up big time.
Well, needing to be able to work on yung closing out ball games. And that's something that, you always talk about, or you hear from the coaches about playing 48 minutes, having that killer instinct, putting them away. And you're hoping, if you're Coach Jamaic, that natuto na kayo from that previous mistake.
Here comes Son, gearing up for the second free throw, is good. Splits it. As Jordan Williams is about to check back into this ball game at the next dead ball. Steal attempt coming from Javi. Encho Serrano kicks it out. His pass lands with Alejandro.
And you like how there was, no panic. JV Mocon, a veteran already in this league, setting up that play and getting an all-important two-point shot, dunked by Lalata even.
Yung Instagram name kasi ni Lalata, Mr. Dunking. So kailangan niyang panindigan.
Ayun,
He had to slam it home. No layups for him. And another second-round draft pick ng Phoenix Super LPG. Nasulit talaga nila yung draft. And no first-rounders. So they were able to
Ang
pick
ganda
up.
ng mga pick-up.
Yep.
Serrano, Tyler Tio, and Lalata.
Shows us his athleticism and the fact that there was no one defending that shaded area for Terrafirma. After 22-point lead, no rush. Sa opensa ng Phoenix Super LPG, Mocon posting up against a smaller Wami, another reverse layup, another basket.
Same thing that happened. And kaya pinasok mo rin ito si Tyler Tio because Tyler really knows how to orchestrate the offense itong Phoenix.
A good effort upon his return. That will be an offensive foul as the complications piling up for Terrafirma.
Carlo, the first 36 minutes, itong Phoenix with 47 bench points, 19 lang para sa Terrafirma.
course, adding to those bench points, JV Mocon playing his first game of the tournament with 11 points. And now this time out is brought to you by Honda, official motorcycle of the PBA.
Official Gatorade, official sports drink. USANA, official nutritional supplements. Higher, official home solutions partner. Sika, official building and finishing partner. Eagle Cement, official cement. Firefly, official lighting partner. Joyette, official IT partner. LGR, official outfit. Healthy and beauty, official hydration partner. Our value licenses. EVA Rush, Fiber Kinetics, World Downs, and our working partners, Big Company, World Downs, Chihuahua Pizza Aesthetics.
Back inside the Big Dome for the fourth quarter of this matchup between Phoenix and Terrafirma. And now this player of the game is brought to you by Firefly, the trusted lighting partner of the PBA. 11 points, 6 rebounds. And Jason Perkins has been a plus 22 in the 21 minutes and 25 seconds that he has played in the ball game. Dom, I have a question.
Yes.
If Phoenix hangs on to this lead, can Duvon Maxwell be the best player of the ball game after he was disqualified?
Can be. Depends if we choose him.
So technically, pwedeng gawin niya.
Oo eh.
Alright. Just wanted to be kasi ikaw yung pumipili.
We'll have one vote of 3.
Yeah.
Diba?
105, 83. Big lead. Phoenix at 22 points. JV Mocon on the attack. Baseline. He will score again. Naputusan niya yung import itong Terrafirma. And welcome back officially, Mr. Mocon. 13 points in the ball game upon his return.
And you like how he's asserting his presence here in the fourth quarter habang wala yung kanilang import. He's trying to get inside, using his strength to get the points.
Puro atake sa loob eh, no? Ganun yung pinupuntos. Ooh, look at that. Rebound attempt coming from Ento Serrano. Just coming up a little bit short. 7:83. Some 7 minutes remaining in this ball game. Sean leading the attack for Terrafirma with 24 points. Javi goes out on that 3-point try.
A poor field goal shooting talaga para sa Terrafirma in the first 2 quarters. And that's really a big cost. That's why they went down early.
Now another foul called against Terrafirma, and that will be the 6th of Aldrich Ramos. That is why he's already walking to the other side. He knew that would be it for him in this ball game.
Remember, Carlo, I mentioned itong Terrafirma really needing to stay away from fouls, right? And again, in this quarter, in the penalty. They're a team that commits 30 fouls a ball game.
2 shots for Encho Serrano.
6 minutes, 35 remaining in this matchup. Encho Serrano takes care of the first free throw. And nagmintis ng dalawa kanina. His shoulder is not yet 100% healthy.
Pwede naman siya tumira ng kaliwa. Diba?
As JV Mocon gets a nice ovation coming from his teammates, I'm sure they're happy to have him back, healthy, and in the lineup for Phoenix Super LPG.
Like we mentioned, Carlo, itong ating team standings. Terrafirma 2-4 right now. Number 9 sa ating team standings. Itong Phoenix at number 10 right behind them, 1-5.
Alex Cabagnot comes out on the pull-up jumper.
Terrafirma, their next game, Wednesday na yan. Kalaban ng North Port. And then they're gonna have almost a week's rest, and then they play NLEX on March 2.
Another facet of this matchup is if hindi na makahanap ng paraan makabalik itong Terrafirma doon, they will suffer their fifth loss. Correct. and then they will be the fourth team to have at least 5 losses.
Yes.
Which means na yung target ngayon is 7 wins to make it
Yes.
into the playoffs. No questions asked.
Lumalayo yung mga ibang teams, di ba? When you look at the team standings, San Miguel and TNT both have 7 wins. Both are at 7-1. And then you have Converge in third place at 5-1, NLEX at 4-2. Then you have Ginebra at 3-2 in fifth place, Magnolia at 3-3, tied with Meralco. And then 8th place is Rain or Shine.
So a Terrafirma loss will mean that we will have our first 2 qualifiers for the quarterfinals in San Miguel Pier and TNT because their worst record will be 7-4. Magtatapat yung dalawang kupunan na yan bukas for the second game to be Super Bowl Sunday as Encho Serrano skies for that bucket.
But you know TNT and San Miguel, not necessarily just going
Oo naman.
for a slot in the quarterfinals. They want to be 1 and 2.
They're just the first two to get there,
Yes.
but they want to be the top 2 because the top 4 will have a twice to beat advantage. Sa ating quarterfinals, another 3-point conversion. Rami Chongson, he has 27 points in the ballgame. Adamos hits the mid-range today. Much to the delight of that Phoenix bench. Alex Cabagno also hitting Coach Jamaica Rina is preparing to send in the only player who has not seen action in this ballgame for his side in Jonabay. Depensa talaga yung nagiging problema nitong Terrafirma. Allowing 115 points with so 4:22 left. This is way too much. Phoenix their mandatory timeout at this stage of the fourth quarter. Jason Perkins will be taking bonus free throw. The wait is finally over as One Fight Night 7 erupts and explodes for one night in Bangkok this February. One Fight Night 7, Andrade versus Lineker, February 25, Saturday, 7 p.m. at One Sports. That is a rematch of that championship battle. That was a no contest the last time. Encho Serrano, 10 points, 4 of 4 from the field.
Just well-balanced scoring para dito sa Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Jason Perkins gearing up for the bonus free throw as he wants to pad this lead even further because, you know, Dom, quotient, it might play a factor at the tail end of this conference.
Sure. Lalo pag magkalapit yung mga teams, di ba? Especially, you know, getting into those 8th spot, yung 7th and 6th. You know, the quotient always has played a role in the conference. 5 guys for Phoenix in double digits.
Yung maganda rin dito for Phoenix Super LPG, this is a confidence booster. As Encho Serrano shows off with that kalawit rebound. Siyempre, malaking bagay din that the locals get going as Serrano scores again.
And ang maganda rin, sinimulan talaga ni Maxwell, di ba? He started out the game with so much energy. He had 12 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second, and only 2 points in the third. Pero being the rim protector, his rebounding, his assist, kompleto yung nilaro ng import. Hindi lang kompleto yung number of minutes.
Hindi nga niya matatapos itong laro, unfortunately for him. Meanwhile, that will be done. The first field goal of the second half for Jordan Williams.
He struggled throughout this ball game. It's been difficult for him. credit that defense na pinakita ng Phoenix, beating him and basically took him out of the game.
He is still currently the leading scorer in the league. Jordan Williams averaging 38.3 points per ball game.
14 lang yun.
2 minutes and 8 seconds before Phoenix officially picks up their second win of the tournament. Terrafirma has to go back to the drawing board and then just rule these missed opportunities. An import-less rain or shine. A Phoenix squad that did not have an import for 18 minutes in this ball game. Sayang na mga pagkakataon.
Definitely sayang na pagkakataon, but you gotta credit the energy of Phoenix. More than yung nawala yung import na si Devon Maxwell, but the energy that they showed that hindi na match itong Terrafirma.
So Coach Jamaica rin will get a win here. Second as a PBA head coach. And all these locals will be heading into their next game with some confidence, some belief na kaya kung tulong-tulong. Kahit na nga wala yung import, they could play well, all locals.
Ano nangyari kasi dito sa Phoenix, they lost their first 3 games. Then one against Northport. And then back-to-back losses to NLEX and Magnolia. And now on their way to pick up their second win for this conference. So after this ball game, they'll be 2-5. Still a lot of work to do for them.
But it is still possible. Again, they were able to sneak into the playoffs with 5 wins. Their last game,
great pass.
Big pass. Larry Muyang locating Benadamos.
Unselfish right there.
Nakakahawa kasi, no, Dom? When you see your teammates, letting go of shot attempts to look for better ones at some point, you will also try to create for your own teammates.
That's when you really see that yung goal nung team, which is to win, everybody is on board with that.
So the squad responding well to the challenge of Coach Jamaica to play harder, play better. And they felt last. As we said, hindi healthy itong si Devon Maxwell in their last game. Mac was injuring him. At sila naman yung bugbog doon because they were coming off physical ball game against NLEX.
Oh, yun naman yung tough schedule for them.
Javi escaping the defense and scoring on the bank. Minute and 39 remaining, just waiting for the final score before Phoenix will be able to wrap up this impressive showing against Terrafirma. JJ Alejandro hitting his shot from the parking lot.
With how Phoenix started, it really dictated and set the tone para dito sa larong ito.
It's all about the start, but what they started in the first quarter, they improved on in the second. That was when the game turned on permanently on their side. It was a 35-21 quarter para sa kupunan ng Fuel Masters.
Yun na yun eh. That second quarter when you had Maxwell with 6 points, Kurt Lojera, remember, coming in as well for Phoenix with 7, and then R.R. Garcia with 6 points. Pero yung 9 points off those 5 turnovers also helping them. Went to the free throw line 12 times, making 9 of those free throws. 4 of 6 from the 3-point area.
Forward pass to Jologo. Steps back. He wants a 3-point shot. Can't connect. So yung mga laro remaining for Phoenix Converge, Fiber Xers, Rainer Shine, Elasto Painters, Barangay Ginebra, and Meralco. So the target, I think, is to win maybe 3 of those 4 games. Yeah. Maybe you have a shot at making it into the playoffs. 4 wins could be enough depending on the results of the other games. But this one will certainly help their cause.
6 wins, I think, is key right now because you can see teams are on their way there. should be safe with 6 wins.
But officially with this Terrafirma loss, their 5th, sigurado na pong papasok ang TNT Tropang Giga at San Miguel Beermen sa quarterfinals, as both teams are currently holding 7-1 win-loss tallies. That will be it for your first ball game. Phoenix winning this one 125-100 against the Terrafirma G.
I'm loving that energy right off the bat, dictating what really happened in this ball game. Well, you were asking if we could actually give that best player of the ball game to Devon Maxwell. I felt that he was the guy that really started it, but the guy who was consistent was this guy, Jason Perkins. 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. Plus 24 in the efficiency ratio. You like how he's been consistent throughout this ball game and throughout this conference for Phoenix.
And our ultimate player of the game is brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. Our final score, 125-100, is also brought to you by Honda, the official motorcycle of the PBA. It's now a losing skid for Terrafirma, while Phoenix able to bounce back with a huge victory.
And to you and the team's confidence.
It was big. You know, it's wins and losses, and we only had one. We had one win before this game, so this one was huge going into the postseason. But it was good. We practiced. We had good practices this week, and yeah, this game was just fruits of the labor.
Coach, during the third quarter, your import was ejected, but you were still able to keep the lead. How were you able to adjust so quickly?
It was unfortunate that he was called with his second technical, so he had to be ejected. But what he did in the first half, actually, that helped us already to have that lead. So when we lost him in the third quarter, everybody stepped up. So that's always our mentality, the next man up. So everybody did well. The bench really contributed, and so we got the win after 48 minutes.
And these are your JJ Alejandro hitting his shot from the parking lot.
With how Phoenix started, it really dictated and set the tone para dito sa larong ito.
It's all about the start, but what they started in the first quarter, they improved on in the second. That was when the game turned on permanently on their side. It was a 35-21 quarter para sa koponan ng Fuel Masters.
Yun na yun eh. That second quarter when you had Maxwell with 6 points, Kurt Lojera, remember, coming in as well for Phoenix with 7, and then R.R. Garcia with 6 points. Pero yung 9 points off those 5 turnovers also helping them. Went to the free throw line 12 times, making 9 of those free throws. 4 of 6 from the 3-point area.
Forward pass to Jologo. Steps back. He wants a 3-point shot. Can't connect. So yung mga laro remaining for Phoenix Converge, Fiber Xers, Rainer Shine, Elasto Painters, Barangay Ginebra, and Meralco. So the target, I think, is to win maybe 3 of those 4 games. Maybe you have a shot at making it into the playoffs. 4 wins could be enough depending on the results of the other games. But this one will certainly help their cause.
6 wins, I think, is key right now because you can see teams are on their way there. Should be safe with 6 wins.
But officially with this Terrafirma loss, their 5th, sigurado na pong papasok ang TNT Tropang Giga at San Miguel Beermen sa quarterfinals, as both teams are currently holding 7-1 win-loss tallies. That will be it for your first ball game. Phoenix winning this one 125-100 against the Terrafirma.